Good morning, everybody. It's Luke Beller, and I want to talk about this Odell Beckham. I want to talk about this Odell Beckham rumor that's been flying around recently. It's been making its rounds, and people have been saying, oh, the Packers should trade for Odell Beckham Jr. It would take the Packers over the top. Aaron Rodgers would have an elite weapon outside of Davante Adams because that's the whole reason they are terrible. Odell Beckham to the Packers, is it realistic? Is it wishful thinking? We'll break it down. I'll give you my thoughts in today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, I put up Packers content almost every single day. If you want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe down below, and yeah. And with free agency going on, everything going down in the next couple weeks, I'll be putting it out all on this channel. So if you want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe and turn on those notifications. So I was sort of watching some TV yesterday, as I do sometimes, but we were watching some TV, or I was, and I came across a few different people who were talking about, okay, the Packers should trade for Odell Beckham Jr. And here's one. Nick Wright was one of the guys who was saying the Packers should do it, so I thought that I would show you guys a little clip, basically what he has to say about why the Packers should trade for Odell Beckham Jr.
I also do believe, whether the Packers want to do this or not, Odell Beckham Jr. is there for the taking. If the Packers really want to make a statement, they call up Cleveland, they offer Cleveland their first-round pick, and they get Odell Beckham Jr. Odell's on an incredibly reasonable contract. If he's not in Cleveland, I can tell you he would not be displeased to be traded to Green Bay despite the weather in the market. And that is a way to show Aaron Rodgers, we are all in on you for however much time you have left. So
we're all in on you, Aaron Rodgers.
TBD.
All right, so there's Nick Wright suggesting the Packers trade our first-round pick. Honestly, I don't know if that's the best idea. Personally, I don't think that's the best idea. As I always say, anything could happen. I'm not under some assumption that, all things are off the table. I think there's always at least like a 0.00001% chance anything could happen. So, of course, the Packers could trade their first-round pick for Odell Beckham Jr. But thinking about that, okay, first off, Odell Beckham's getting a little bit older. He's probably not the player he once was. He just came off a torn ACL, and we just don't know exactly how he's going to be playing. Will he get back to his, his beginning days when he was with New York Giants, putting up crazy numbers? His first 2 seasons, he has, what are his stats? Let's see. 1,300 yards, 1,400, basically 1,300, 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns in his first 3 seasons. Odell hasn't gotten more than 6 touchdowns since 2016. His most was 6 in 2018. So I don't think Odell Beckham is the receiver he once was, at least in the past few years. He's dealt with lots of injuries. And so would the Packers really be willing to bring in Odell Beckham with that uncertainty? Plus, he has a $15.8 million cap hit. So the Packers right now are $9-point-something million over the cap. Odell Beckham would bring a $15.8 million cap hit. So not only, if the Packers were to do this, would they have to get under the cap as they need to in the next week or so, then they would have to clear another basically $16 million in cap space. And plus, we're not even factoring in the draft picks, the practice squad, all that money too, and that'll add up to, I don't know, a few million, 5 million, 10 million, something like that. So the Packers would basically need to clear from where they are now, I don't know, 25 to $30 million more in cap space. So I'm not thinking this is very realistic. And second off, thinking about the Packers giving up our first-round pick, I think it would be much better if the Packers were to draft a wide receiver in the first round. If they really wanted to get a top wide receiver, I don't want them to draft a wide receiver in the first round. If they did it, I would, honestly, I'd probably be excited whatever they do, whatever new player comes to Green Bay. But if we had to pick wide receiver in the first round for the Packers drafting or trading our first round pick for Odell Beckham, I might pick, the first round drafting wide receiver. First off, we have a few years on that guy's rookie contract as he's performing at a very high level. He's young, probably healthier than Odell Beckham. And then we can use that $15 to $16 million on the defensive side of the ball. So give Aaron Rodgers a weapon and bolster the defense. I think that's a much better idea than just trading away our first-round pick. And when we take a look at the Packers' wide receiver options right now, of course, we got Devontae, we got Allen Lazard, MVS, lots of other guys, Robert Tonyan. Of course, he's a tight end, but you know what I mean. And then we just signed Devin Funchess, or we didn't sign him. We brought him back. He took a $750,000 pay cut, so we're paying him $1.75 million or something like that. And so with the Packers bringing back Funchess, with the options we have, with Davante Adams, I'm guessing we'll re-sign him for an extended period of time. I don't think the Packers will bring in Odell Beckham. If I had to make a bet, if I had to place $1,000 in a bet, I'd say not a chance. I'd say, there's a 0.01% chance this happens. I'd be curious to hear what you guys think. If Odell Beckham did come to the Packers, I would probably be excited just because as a fan, if you get a top tier talent, of course you're going to be excited and you're going to be pumped. I just don't think it's very realistic. But as I say, anything is possible. You never know what could happen. Anything is possible. If he came to the Packers, I would be pumped. I would cheer for him just like I cheer for any other Packers player. I'm a Packers fan, and so all I want is for the Packers to win the Super Bowl. That's all I want. If Odell Beckham coming to the Packers would allow us to win the Super Bowl, then Odell, take all our money, okay? Just take all our money. But those are my thoughts on the situation. Let me know your thoughts. I'm always curious to hear what you guys have to say. And if you have yet to subscribe, feel free to subscribe. All you got to do is click the little button. If you've been watching these videos for a while and you haven't subscribed, feel free to. If you don't want to, hey, no worries. It won't bother me. But if you want to, feel free to subscribe. But that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.